Now, you didn't tell the children about Shambourcy, real chocolate mousse.
And now you didn't tell the children about quantum mechanics. In 360 BC, we began to nut out what existence meant. And by 1700, we'd worked out how to use maths for everything. A while later, it was decided to teach this to everyone. The end.
And that's all, folks.
However, it wasn't all. We continued to get smarter. We looked at things ever more closely and eventually saw atoms. And those atoms were totally different. They were maths things. Well, Miss Lavigne, it is what it is. Let me explain. Let's start off with my cat called Fluffy. To kick things off, the ancient Greeks recognized that Fluffy was a thing that could be understood and analyzed. After quite some time, Newton came along and began to use maths and to draw things as models or pictures. The word for a science picture is a model, and the word for a thing in a science picture is a body. You don't have to be much of an artist because you can draw a body as a single dot. We've developed a maths toolkit that allows us to describe what will happen to a body. If we feed data into our equations and we can tell what happens next, we know we're on a winner. Everything was going great until they came up against the atom. Everyone gets taught the solar system model of the atom. Unfortunately, it's unstable and the electron would crash into the proton. Scientists still love Newton, but it was time to move on. Throwing more maths tools at the equations wasn't getting anywhere, so Schrodinger used the tools directly on objects, and scientists have been totally amazed ever since. Atoms aren't just things, they're totally awesome math things. As the atom's electrons move to different beats, it dances. The choice is yours, Stormtrooper. You can see quantum mechanics as too quirky, or you can get with the program and have a go at understanding it. As we graduate to this next level, we should think about where we've been. We began by thinking everything was caused by spirits. The ancient Greeks became far more systematic about applying reason to problems. Step by step, things improved with the addition of mathematics and scientific experiments to help our reasoning. When this began to stall, we had to really think about things, and in 1926 we came up with a new generation of thinking called quantum mechanics. After a few years' incubation, this led to the silicon, lasers and optical fibers which now define our society. Reflecting on where we are today, you could say that we are a superposition of the mystical, new mysticism and post-mystical societies. It seems quite complicated, but that's the way it is. Some would say accommodating different schools of thought is a sign of a healthy community. Others see these groups as competing and build blocks for others and inside their own heads. However, just maybe, the blocks that you encounter may be the very foundations for the bridge that you're looking for. Think about this when we enclose new science inside an environment we normally associate with blocking.
I am here tonight to deliver a message and it is a message deeply delivered from my heart.
Alternative facts about the quantum maths thing atom. There are no surfaces, it's totally fuzzy all the way through. Electrons are actually bigger than protons. All parts of the atom are superimposed on each other. This explains the density of different elements. Some of the electron is actually inside the nucleus. And atoms are super bouncy.